Hi again. It is Thursday night and I am starved. How about you? So tonight, because like you, I've worked all day and I am dying to eat for tonight, that I pre-prepped and pre-planned out a quick and easy meal. I'm making chicken jambalaya tonight. So on a board, my cutting board, you can see that I have celery, jalapenos, I am from Texas, I like it a little hot, garlic cloves, bell peppers, and onion, pre-chopped and ready to saute. I have tomatoes. You can either use canned tomatoes or you can quickly just use chopped up fresh tomatoes, which is what I did because I have fresh tomatoes right now in season. So I grabbed those. Those are in my crock pot because I want to make this and then I want to leave. I've got to go finish and get my workout in for the night. I do the Zatarain's Creole seasoning as well as chili powder to add a little flavor. And then if I need to kick it up a little bit more and less for my friends, then I typically will add a little hot sauce at the end for myself. To save time, because I'm all about saving time in the kitchen, I actually bought pre-cut up celery and carrots. This is a great thing because now I have this snack ready in my kitchen. The other thing that I do that's time saving, and I love to do this, is I grill a lot of my meat at the beginning of the week. So I have here grilled chicken breast that I grilled earlier this week. I do this because I like to have a little bit of chicken in my salads or a little bit of chicken on my burritos. Being from Texas, I like Mexican food. But I also do it because it's easier to add to pre-made or pre-ready dishes such as this. I also, over here, I have turkey sausage. The reason I chose turkey sausage is it's not as high in calories or in fat, saturated fat, because it is made from turkey breast. Be sure that you do look at the label. Oftentimes they'll say that they're lean, but in fact, they're not. It's made with the dark meat of the turkey, thus giving you still the same amount, or equal to almost, saturated fat as pork sausage. So I'm going to pre-cut these up. Bite-sized piece, it doesn't have to be small. I usually use 2 chicken breasts. I'm having a bunch of people over tonight for dinner, so I'm going to make a good hearty portion. At the same time, I'm going to go ahead and heat up my skillet so I can quickly saute my vegetables. If I was being culinary correct, I might saute the onions first until they're translucent, then adding in the bell peppers and the celery. But tonight, because I have places to go and a workout to get in for the day, I'm actually just going to throw everything in, just get it a little bit softened, and then add in my meat and add it all to the pot over there. The liquid, see, crock pots work off of liquid. They really need a good amount of liquid to help the moisture cook and continue to cook the product. So I typically use chicken broth. But to make it easier and a little bit financially nicer or softer on my wallet, I use chicken base. Chicken base is a great product because it's about 1 teaspoon of chicken base to 1 teaspoon of, washing my hands, 1 teaspoon of chicken base to 1 teaspoon of water, or 1 cup of water. So I will add the chicken base. I'll add about 2 teaspoons to 2 cups of water to my mixture. Now, if you are making more, because again, portions, you can easily double or decrease the amount depending upon how many people you're serving, you can add more or less chicken broth. So my meat is cooked. See this nice, easy contraption? It's my meat cutting board, the kind that I can pick up, bend, and dump, which is what I really like. So my oil is getting hot. Not too hot where it's starting to crackle, but it's getting hot enough to where I can actually start to add my meat, or I'm sorry, my vegetables. So I'm going to go ahead and just scrape in. Notice I'm not using a knife to do this. When you scrape with the blade of your knife onto the cutting board, it actually dulls your knife. So I generally don't recommend doing that. Find something soft to scrape your nice wooden cutting board with, or get one of those tools, nice nifty tools like a dough cutter to do so. I'm just going to go ahead and saute this for a couple minutes, say 2 to 4 minutes. And while I'm waiting for this to start to saute and get a little bit of color to it, I'm going to go ahead and mix my chicken base. So I'm going to grab my liquid measuring cup. Sorry for the delay in time. And for cooking purposes, I often use filtered water. San Diego's water has a little bit stronger of a taste. And I'm just going to use a quick little spoon to put in here. Ooh, I'm starting to run low. I better get more. About 2 teaspoons, and I'm going to go ahead and stir it up. You don't have to worry that this is getting, that has to get all the clumps out. It will as it cooks down. You don't have to be perfect. People always say, gosh, you cook so quick and easy. Well, it's probably because I'm not a perfect cook. While this is sauteing, and I hope you can hear that because it sounds beautiful, I'm going to go ahead and get my Zatarain's spices ready. And I'm going to go ahead and use, about 3 teaspoons. So that overheaping one was about 2. And then I'm also going to use about a teaspoon of chili powder. Again, there you go. Told you again, not perfect. Not as good as Rachel Ray doing everything in my palm, but I do guesstimate quite a bit in the kitchen. Now the flavors are really starting to pull together. And before I put it in there, I will definitely show you what it looks like. But again, I want to show you that cooking in the kitchen for a weeknight doesn't have to be so time consuming. It took me about 3 minutes to chop up the vegetables. It's taking me about 3 minutes to do this. Now, in the meanwhile, while I'm sauteing this, I've stirred up my chicken broth, or my chicken base, and I chopped up my meat. So total time to do everything and pull it together, maybe 15 minutes. I think anybody can handle that. You could do this easily in the morning before you go to work, or the night before you go to work, then turn it on and plug it in before you go to work and let it set for 10 hours in the crock pot. To make things even easier, I will start my rice, my brown rice, in my rice cooker, so I don't have to add it in. But if you want to make it even simpler than that, you can easily double your water, so 4 cups, and then add a cup of brown rice into that. So it's typically 1 cup of rice to about 2 cups of liquid. And it'll pull from the liquid as well from the vegetables, because you do have liquid in this. Also, I hope I told you at the beginning too, I used a little tiny bit of olive oil, about 1.5 teaspoons of olive oil in my pan just to get the vegetables softened. But they have enough liquid that they pull out on their own. I don't salt this because it's already salted enough with the seasoning that I'm choosing to use. If you are on a low sodium diet, you can use low sodium chicken broth or no salt added homemade chicken broth, which I typically recommend, and then adding the chili powder, a little bit of cumin, and some great herbs. The more herbs you use, the less salt you need to taste, such as thyme, oregano, rosemary. Those all have some great flavors to them. And thyme in particular when it comes to dishes such as jambalaya. Okay, so I think this is sauteed enough so you can see how easy it is that it slides in. And the nice thing is then this goes directly into my dishwasher. So now this is going to go directly into my crock pot. Now you can see how the liquid comes up over here. It's showing you that we have a good amount of liquid in here, and I really don't need to add more. Well, I'm done. I'm ready. I need to go get changed. I'm going to go ahead and start my crock pot, leave the dishes for later, throw them in the dishwasher really, and go work out. By the time I come back, that'll be ready. I hope you look forward to seeing the picture of it on my blog. Have a great day.